Hi, welcome to my channel, Takia Katero. Today is Friday, September 26, 2025. So before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone. And that's okay. If they resonate with you, gives you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story. So, this is so good. Okay, look. I'm eating these. These are shrimp chips, and they are delicious. Like, they smell like shrimps, but like, it's not like... These are just so good. Oh my gosh. Look. Made with wild-caught shrimp. Right there. These are just like, so good, man. Alright, I'm gonna start pulling cards. They're so good. That's like, it's been like gloomy too, so it's like perfect binge watching. It's like a perfect binge watching snack. Get all your snacks, get all your drinks, get your blanket. Right? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling cards, and then we'll see what happens. So today's Friday. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm excited about the weekend. Every time I say weekend, I want to say what a kind, but anyways. I'm gonna try and make this quick, so you know, we'll see what happens. Hopefully. That's just thinking what to do, right? Like what to do. We have Labyrinth of Choices. It says, chart your course through the perplexing labyrinth of choices, embracing each turn as part of your complex journey. So, in other words, it's kind of like whatever choice you decide, that's part of your journey. I'm also getting, like, it's just another way for you to get there. Right? It's just another way for you to get there. I've also been kind of getting this thing lately, like the past month or so, where it's kind of like, let's say you have to go to the grocery store. I don't know why it's always a grocery store. Probably because I like snacks a lot. So let's say you have to go to the grocery store, right? So I feel like there's something where it's kind of like, should you walk or should you take the bus, right? And it's kind of like, if you take the bus, this and this and this it's gonna change whatever. Or if you walk, this and this and this, it's gonna change whatever. But reality is, it's just how you get there. Like how you get there it doesn't really matter because it's the same thing. The destination is still the same. You're taking the bus to go to the grocery store, or you're walking to go to the grocery store. It doesn't really matter how you get there because at the end of the day, the destination is still the same. The grocery store, right? So I feel like there's been this long thing where, well, I've been doing this and this and this, but not realizing that ultimately it's been leading you to the same destination, the grocery store, right? I think that is so interesting how, like, it matters, obviously, but, like, it also doesn't really matter because as long as you get there, and I feel like you guys are already there. Like, you've gotten there. So, yeah, Labyrinth of Choices. And there's a man in a labyrinth. Alright. I enjoy mazes. You know how like there's like those mazes that you would do as a kid, and like they were like the really thin mazes, like spread out, and like they're like mandala mazes, kind of. I used to love those. I love mazes. They're fun. Labyrinth of choices. Chart your course through the perplexing labyrinth of choices, embracing each turn as part of your complex journey. So that's cool. Yeah, just embrace the journey. Don't be so stressed out, because I don't want to use this as an example either, but I'm going to do it anyways to give you like a more vague, right? We're all going to die anyways, right? That's the end goal, right? Death. That's the end goal, right? I mean, so like it does matter what you do before then, but at the end of the day, ultimately that's what's there. That's kind of like, that's the end of this journey. I don't know. I know that sounds very gloom and glum, but that's the best way to kind of like, I don't know, simplify it, because everyone's journey, that's, well, what is it? 2 things that can be guaranteed in this life is death and taxes. Taxes and death, right? Everybody has to pay taxes and everybody dies. So, it's just part of your journey. The choices that you make is just part of your journey, and don't be so like don't cut yourself off from possibility. Ugh. So on the bottom of the deck it says this is part of your purpose, okay? But then the card that fell out is petty couple. See? Petty couple. So you have a petty couple. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they want. But whatever choices that you make, okay, whatever, there's always all these twists and turns that you're constantly making with your life, which is necessary when you're in a labyrinth. You're always having to go through these twists and turns and corridors and this and that and this and that, right? And it's like, whatever, you may not even realize it, but the choice is, I'm not going to make that choice because I feel like it's wrong for me. So whatever choice you do make, it ends up being part of your purpose. It's just, it's crazy like that. Like, you can't avoid the unavoidable. I'm also getting this petty couple. They're trying to like follow you or like keep track or tabs on you. But it's like, let's say you turn down this corridor down the maze, like you're in a maze, and you take a left turn down the corridor, a wall's going to go up, so now no one can go through that corridor. It's like the walls are alive, like they move. Like, okay, so in Harry Potter, there was this, it was like Harry Potter in the it was a Triwizard Tournament one. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. In the book, blah, 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 whatever. Hagrid took like all year to grow the maze and blah, blah, whatever. But the maze was magic, so the maze was alive, right? So a lot of the times, like someone would go down this corridor, and then the maze would start shifting and moving, all right? So it's kind of like wherever you go down, those are only for you, and like no one else can make those choices. So whoever's trying to follow you, it's like a petty couple. Whoever this petty couple is that's trying to follow you, they can't really make the same choices or go down the same path as you, because that path doesn't exist for them. It doesn't exist for them. Once you, it's kind of like your DNA is like, it like, I don't know, it triggers something. Okay, once your DNA is like registered and you go down this path, I don't know why it's like so science now, but it's kind of like that. Once your DNA has been triggered, after you pass some sort of barrier, corridor, it's moving and shifting, and this petty couple's like, where do they go? Where do they go? I thought they went down this way. Okay, well, let's go down this way. Like, you're all the way over here, and they're all the way over here, thinking that they're following you, right? They followed you into the maze, but they're lost inside the maze. All right? Because wherever you're going in this maze is part of your purpose. I don't know. I mean, I know, but like, I don't know what to say to this couple. I don't know what to tell them. Maybe you shouldn't have followed. Like, who told you to go into that? Were you designed, or were you were you designated this purpose? No. Who told you to go into that maze? Because now you're lost in that maze and nobody told you to go in there. Right? 555 change. I've been seeing this number a lot. I've been seeing 333 444 555. Something new is coming. Someone's playing music very, very loud outside. That's it. Something new is coming. As for what, sir? I'm not. If it comes up, it comes up, but I'm not gonna like dive into that. I don't know. I'll get 2 more and then I'll switch to the decks. Yeah, so this petty couple, they're doing a lot of black magic. It could be like, black magic could be anything from like gossiping to like actual potions and spell work, gossiping, manipulating, casting illusions with their words, lying, things like that, right? But so the reason why this petty couple, they're lost, okay, is because they don't want to stop doing black magic. Pathetic. That's what it says. Right? So who told you guys to go inside that maze? Did God tell you to do that? No. So why did you think you could do that? Because now look at you, looking deaf, dumb, and blind. You don't even know where to go or what to do inside that maze. And on top of that, I'm getting like, it's like 2 people. They went inside a maze to follow you and like, yeah, we're gonna, wherever they go, we're gonna go, and then we're gonna try and steal them, blah, 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 right? But they're lost. So what do? They're kind of like camping out inside of the maze because they don't know how to get out. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. So all they know how to do, they're just camping out because now what they're doing is what? Surviving. That's it. That's all they can do is try to survive. They don't know what else to do. So they're in this weird energy just trying to survive a maze that was designed for you. Nobody told you to go in there. Nobody told you to go in there. On the bottom of the deck it says Cancer. Could be a Cancer. You could be a Cancer. Somebody in this petty couple could be a Cancer. Or this is just something about a home, a stability, a foundation. Or you know exactly who you are. That's why it's something about like your roots, your DNA. Okay? You know what you know. These people don't know what they don't know. That's why they can't even go through the maze. They're just camping out. They just like picked a... Okay, well this part looks good and... It's kind of like a dead end inside of a maze, and they're camping out in that dead end. So yeah, on the bottom of the deck we have Cancer, mother, home, family, ancestral patterns, root base, or self, where you die, where you go. Wow, I was just talking about death too, right? Where you come from. So you know, these will be people that are afraid to die because they don't know what's going to happen. They don't know where to go. And I feel like you do. That's why you're not afraid to make choices in this maze. This maze we call life. That sounds so corny and cliche, I know, but it's true. That shit be true. Alright. Ooh. Envious of children steals their innocence. That is crazy. So this petty couple could be the kind of petty couple that they will... what I mean by envious of children, like the hope and the... Listen with your third eye. You need to pay attention right now. Listen with your third eye. Listen with your third eye. Okay, so these are the kind of people... These are really, really good. And I want to hurry up with this reading so I can, like, eat them. Okay, they're jealous of children, like the hope and the wonder. And, like, you ever see a child and you just know, yeah, that child's going to be doing great things. That child has a lot of potential. That child is going to grow up to be beautiful. That child's going to grow up to be handsome. That child, you can just tell, right? And your job, when you notice that, it would be to help nurture that, right? To help bring it into fruition. But these are people that, I don't know for what reason, I'm not going to get into too much into it because I don't want it to be like a longer reading, but probably because that part wasn't nurtured in them or that got taken away from them, and right, her people, blah, 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 blah. But these are people that they see children, right, that are amazing, that have, and then they want to take that away. They want to take away that light that is guaranteed to make them have a wonderful future. Okay, they do that. And I feel like they try to do that to you. They were envious of your light, your potential, your greatness, your anointing. So they did a lot of black magic to try and take away that innocence that would guarantee your anointing. And it doesn't seem like it worked. I mean, maybe it did, but I don't know what happened, because obviously you're way past these people. You got brand new things in your life coming. That is a guarantee. That is a guarantee. I'm also getting there's a difference between how you die and how these people die. So how you die is not going to be the same way of how this petty couple dies. And I'm not talking about like, oh, you're gonna pass away in your sleep and then this person's gonna pass away in a car crash. I'm not talking about that, right? I'm talking about when you, at the end of your life, collective, when you pass away, you're gonna pass away peacefully, satisfied, no regrets, looking forward to it, like, yes, I'm ready for this, that, versus this couple afraid, filled with regrets, scared, they're not ready, I don't want to go, I'm not ready, that energy. There's going to be a very, very big difference between how you, at the end of your life, when it's time for you, collective, when you die, versus how at the end of their life, when it's time for them to die. There's going to be a very, very big difference, right? And also, believe it or not, the energy that you are in when you transition, it actually matters. Yes, it does. It matters. Why is my phone keeps going off? So, keep that in mind. Alright? It also determines, like, I don't want to say your rank, but I feel like it, like, you know what? It doesn't really matter, actually, right now. It doesn't. That part doesn't really matter, because that's not something you have to worry about right now anyways. And not anytime soon. So, you're good. Right? And if you are where you are in your journey, it doesn't really matter anyways. Like, it's not information where you, tell me more, I want to know, like, it's that, it's not, it doesn't really matter. It's not relevant. Not right now anyways, okay? But also where your energy is too, it also, like, lets you know, like, that's just not, these are people that are trying to survive right now in their lives, right? They're at a dead end in their lives trying to survive, and you're just, alright, I'm gonna go left, I'm gonna go right, I'm gonna go left, I'm gonna go straight, I'm gonna go right, I'm gonna go left, I'm gonna go left, I'm gonna go straight. You're just constantly making these turns in this maze. These people lost you a long time ago. They lost you a long time ago. They were trying to follow you in your light. Jeez, my phone is going off. They were trying to follow you in your light for a very long time, and I don't know what happened, but the walls, oof, the walls are talking. Alright, you ever heard that saying, if these walls could talk, right? My bangs look a little raggedy, but it's alright. Whatever. I feel like the walls of the maze, they know this couple, they're like at a dead end and they're struggling to survive. And this couple, they're like, please, somebody help us. And the maze is just like, anyways, so did you see where the collective went? Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Oh, look, there's a little dead end right here too. Look, there's a dead end right there. Right? So imagine like that. Maybe a little bit bigger, because they're like camping out, trying to survive in that dead end because they're too afraid to step out of the maze and get lost and blah, 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 blah. And then here you are. You're just passing by. Right? You're gone. They lost track of you. Alright, I'm gonna get 4 to 6. Woo. The Pathfinder. Page of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, I'm telling you, these people are like dibbling and dabbling in some dark magic, because I feel like they're trying to find you to put a lasso on you so that way you can pull them out of this dead end. That's not your job. That's not your job. Pray to the Most High God. Have faith. Heal. Like, why am I going to turn all the way back around, right? All the way back around. And for what? To, come on, you got this. Come on, we can do it. Come on. And then you're supposed to sit there and wait for them to decide to, okay, well, let's go now. Like, no, you're not doing that. I don't think so. That's not happening. And on top of that, they're still doing black magic. It says because they don't want to stop doing black magic. Petty couple. Envious of children. These could be people that are older than you and they're always jealous of your light. They're trying to steal your innocence. Pathfinder reverse. They don't know where to go. Look. That's, let me show you like this. Pathfinder. That's the Pathfinder, right? Ready to go on the path. They know where they're going. They've got a lot of light. They got it. Page of Pentacles reverse. They're wasting their time and their magic doing this to you. Or they wasted their time and their magic by when they were doing this to you. I feel like they wasted a lot of magic doing this to you and now they have like little to nothing left. Yeah, they have like little to nothing left. That's not your problem. Who told you to do magic on me? Did you ever think about what was going to happen if it didn't work? No. Because you were so convinced that it was going to work. So now look at you. Now how is that my problem when you're the one that's stuck? How is that? What does that have to do with me? I don't understand. Anyways. Alright, what are you going to do? What are you doing? Come on. Ooh. We have the Ten of Pentacles upright for you and the Cosmic Tree on the fence for you. I feel like these people are trying to attach themselves to your Ten of Pentacles. The Cosmic Tree is also what? The Hermit? Yeah, the Hermit. The Hermit and the Cosmic Tree. You see, you have some deep, deep roots. It has to do with your DNA, with who you are. That is solidified. You're the foundation of who you are. You've maybe figured out who you are, where you come from. That's solidified. That is guaranteed. It's like you were always guaranteed because of who you are, your DNA, where you come from, your ancestors' roots, right? Cancer is also about ancestral roots, where you come from, where you go when you die, right? When you know those things, you're like, oh, okay, cool. So I can do this, and I don't need to do that, and this is what's gonna happen. And but when you know those things, I'm telling you, it's just. Why am I hearing fly by night? Is that like a... What is that? Fly by night. Anyways, your Ten of Pentacles, because of who you are, your something to do with also your health, your knowledge, and your wisdom. It's your ancestral roots. That has always been guaranteed for you. This Ten of Pentacles energy has always been guaranteed for you. It could also be like a family dynamic. Generational wealth, generational stability, generational resources, okay? Whatever you have, whatever was guaranteed for you as well, is guaranteed for your children, your children's children. It's going to be a direct lineage. Not your mom, not your dad, not your aunt, not your brother, not your cousin, not your sister, not your brother, not your uncle, none of that. It's whatever is for you, directly for you, goes directly to your biological children. And I have to say it like that because unfortunately... If you have, I know, listen, I know what this is going to sound like. I know what this is going to sound like. It's going to sound really messed up. But if you have an inherited gift, like intuition, right? Your biological children, not all, because it can skip, or because your children can grow up and do this, and right? So it really does case by case. But your biological child is from that same bloodline, that same lineage. So your stepchildren, or your boyfriend's children, or your girlfriend's children, or your bonus children. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't. And I know that sounds really messed up to say because nobody wants to be left out, but that's just how it is. Okay? Your biological children from the same blood lineage that shares the same DNA components. Okay? So that's why it has to be like that. So a lot of these petty couples, they would prevent they would steal your innocence so that way you won't have children, or you won't do this, or so whatever that was guaranteed for you gets automatically forfeited. All right, what is this? Fly by night. Wow, fly by night, unreliable or untrustworthy, especially in business or financial matters. So whatever is guaranteed for you with the Ten of Pentacles energy, Ten of Trees also has to do with money. So you're guaranteed some sort of money. You see? You're definitely guaranteed some sort of money that has always been guaranteed to you because of your DNA, where you come from, whose child you are, which is the Most High God. But for some of you, it could be because you're so-and-so's granddaughter, or you're so-and-so's grandson, or you're so-and-so's son, or you're so-and-so's daughter. Whatever the case it is, all right? You're definitely guaranteed something. And it has to do, for a lot of you, it has to do with money. And this petty couple was trying to make it seem like you forfeited this money. But, and they don't even know, how are they going to say that you forfeited this when they don't even know who you are, or they don't even know where you are, right? How are you going to be able to speak on someone's behalf, but you don't even know their phone number? Oh yeah, well, we're gonna accept this on their behalf. Okay, well, did they give you permission to do so? Like, are you sure? Yeah, they give us permission. Okay, so what's their phone number? I just want to call and double check. Oh, well, we don't have their phone number, but we can. Okay, so that's kind of a red flag. What's their address? Maybe we can send them a letter. Oh, well, okay, well, what's their social media? Do they have that? Oh, well, you see? So it's not exactly, something isn't adding up. So I feel like they wanted you to forfeit something or make it seem like you forfeited something, but it's like, you're so close to them, but you don't know where they are, you don't know where they work, where they live, their number, their this or that. So how can you say that you have the authority to speak up for someone when you don't even know anything about them? So, anyways. But they want to attach, this is why they were following you. This is why they were trying to like attach themselves to you, trying to put a rope on you, because they know you're guaranteed this. This is yours. All right? And I also feel like once you get this, it's going to change everything. Right? Something new is coming, change, 555, right? But I do feel like when you get this, everything's going to change for you. And this is, the overall energy of this is black magic, right? The overall energy of this reading is black magic. They're trying to do black magic to get you to forfeit something. Or it's like it's so crazy too, because you're the ones that are surviving in a dead end. How are you going to get me to forfeit something when I'm already, I'm way past that. Like, you're doing magic, and your magic, you can't even find the target. Right? You can't even land your hits. You can't even, like, I don't know, man. It's just not. Eight of Swords upright, and look, they're like stuck in some sort of prison, some sort of jail. They're like in a dead end in life. They can't go anywhere. They can't see anything. And it's so crazy too, because whatever dead end they are inside of this maze, they're too afraid to step out of their little safety box. Because it's like a little box, right? Look, I'll show you. It's like a little box. Now the thing is, there's an opening right there. They can get out anytime they want. But they're so afraid of what's going to happen when they get out of the little safety box. They're so afraid of what's going to happen. All the chaos, right? And they don't know. It's essentially, in most Eight of Swords cards, the person has a blindfold. And there's a bunch of crazy things happening. Like in my one Alice in Wonderland tarot deck, Alice is like binded up. She's got Eight of Swords. She's got dice, teacups, everything flying around. Chaos is ensuing around her, and she's blindfolded. So it's kind of like they don't want to leave this comfortable box that they're in, because they're afraid that once they step out, they don't know the chaos to expect. They're not expecting the chaos. And that terrifies them. They don't know. They're afraid. But they're also stuck in doing this black magic in their little tiny box. And it's like, your magic is as strong as your spirit. And if your spirit is not that strong, you got to think, is my magic that strong? Probably not. 2-4, so I'm going to get 2 more and then I'll close your reading. We have the veil on the fence. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So, yeah, we have the veil on the fence, which is the star. So you could have always had some sort of anointing or some sort of gift or light on you since you were a child. You were always able to see through the veil of things as a child. But I feel like a lot of this petty couple were doing magic on you. With the Page of Pentacles reversed, they were doing some sort of dark magic on you. So that way you wouldn't, it's kind of like, are you really seeing what you're really seeing? Are you sure about that? And God is like, yes, collective. What you're seeing is what you're seeing. Listen with your third eye. I'm telling you. And you got to be very careful, because children, one thing you should know, okay, as a kindergarten teacher, I'm not a kindergarten teacher, but I know this. Kindergarten teachers, they know all your family tea. They know it. They know it because children, their kids are the funniest things ever. And they don't even try to be, and they don't even know how funny they are. They're just naturally hilarious. But they're so naturally, like, unaware and innocent, too. Like, they'll just be telling, I don't know, my mom said, or my dad said, or my sister did, or my brother did, blah, 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 right? And sometimes it's like, oh, my gosh, like, did you hear what they... And sometimes it's like, oh, my gosh, we need to call somebody, right? So I feel like whatever you were seeing, whatever you were hearing, whatever you were witnessing, whatever you just knew as a child, this petty couple were doing magic to, like, oh no, that's not what you're seeing, that's not what happened, that's not what was said, right? And children, like, a lot of the times, the first thing that comes out of the mouth tends to be, like, how they really feel. Like, you gotta really take that into consideration because, I mean, once they get, like, between the ages of, like, 5 and 8, like, if a child is telling you something firsthand, a lot of the times, that's true. My phone just lit up. A lot of the times, it's true, right? But then you have, this would be like a petty couple be like, oh no, don't listen to them. They're just, don't listen to them. That never happened. But a lot of the times it is true. Like, that child knows what that child is talking about because they've seen it, they heard, or they just knew. Children's intuition can be a lot, much more stronger than an adult's intuition. I truly wholeheartedly believe that. A child's intuition can be so much more powerful and much more stronger because they're the closest thing to God, right? And with the world, society, environment, pettying, bullying, magic, blah, 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 trauma, all of that is so that way you get farther away from the Most High God. Okay? But anyways, so that's just a little lesson, okay? But yeah, since you were a child, you always had this anointing. You just knew things, or you heard things, or you seen things. And this petty couple were making it see, were hoping, no, that's not true. That's not... You didn't really see that. That never really happened to you. You didn't really hear that. How do you know that? No, you can't know that, right? But they were doing this to a star. You were a star ever since you were a child, and they knew that. Like I said, this could have been a petty couple that seen that you always had some sort of potential since you were a child, and they wanted to take that away. But you could have remembered something like, oh no, I'm blah 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 blah, or I'm supposed to blah, you whatever it is. I'm also getting with this cosmic tree and this hermit energy. You healed some sort of root within you that was damaged, right? You could have had some sort of root that was damaged by you or damaged to you by this petty couple. Like, they damaged some sort of something. They inflicted some sort of pain on you or damaged something and put a spell on you that was supposed to damage the root, your root chakra, the root of who you are, your root of, so that way you wouldn't grow properly, or, it's like you wouldn't reach your full potential as a tree or whatever the case it is. But you healed that. You fixed that. 2, 4, one more, and then I'll close the reading. You healed that. That's why this is happening, because you made the decision, the conscious decision, cognizant, aware, to heal this root. And that's why you get this, whatever is yours, is like, oh, okay, so this is mine. Yes, I want that. That's my gift. That's for me. That's mine. I'm not forfeiting nothing. Forfeit what? No, I never said that. That's mine. This could be anything. Money, a dream, a wish, inheritance, a gift, intuition. Ultimately, you're being told to listen to your third eye. We have the 9 of Birds upright and Water Song. Wow, the question mark is here. Listen, the question mark in this deck, every standard deck is 78. This particular deck is 79. Now, you can choose to use it in this deck, or you don't have to, but I choose to, because I feel like when this card comes out, this is something that it's telling you straight up. It is what it is. And there's no confusion. There's no, right? This is like a clear sign that your intuition, whatever your intuition is telling you, it's telling you. It's speaking loud and clear, right? See? Question mark. And it's Water Song and Wind Garden Chimes. Whatever your intuition with this moon in the water is telling you, you need to listen, because it's telling you something. 9 of Birds, these people, this is these people. So that's you. What is that? 9 of Swords, right? 9 of Birds. I feel like that would be you. You're going to have to fight that big ass bird. That's this petty couple. You're going to have to do that. That's crazy. And I feel like this is a child. That's a child. This big ass angry monstrosity of a bird is trying to eat this child. I feel like this petty couple, they were trying to eat you alive or gobble up your innocence or do some heinous things, or they did some heinous things to you as a child, and then you grew up and fought back. They were trying to keep you in the Nine of Swords. You grew up and fought back. Your intuition is telling you something. So it's kind of like they were trying to put you in this Nine of Swords energy, trying to bind you. And when you're a child, it's so sad, man, because... Oh... You see it all the time, man. Adults who are horrible to children. It's like it's just... I feel like this petty couple could have been an adult that was trying to do something to a child, or did something to a child, or manipulated a child, or hurt a child, or whatever the case it is. So that way this child wouldn't have the ability to listen to their intuition. No, that never happened. We never did that. You don't know what you're talking about. You never seen us do this. Or if that child, trigger warning, if that child said that they got touched, this petty couple could have been like, oh no, that never happened, right? So now that child is questioning, did that ever really happen, blah, blah, blah. And so that really messes with the child. So I do feel like this is some dark shizzle, but the light at the end of the tunnel for you, collective, is that you're going to have a brand new peaceful beginning, all right? You grew up to be a fighter. And this couple, they were supposed to devour you. That's what they were supposed to do. Look at that. That's a child. Look at how angry that monster is. It's about to eat that child. And that child is just staring in the mouth of the monster. And they grew up to fight back. You could be divine feminine, you could be divine masculine. But the thing is, whatever your intuition is telling you, with this question mark here, you need to listen. Because what you know is what you know. And that's that. Alright, this is the reading. Hope I was fine.